Hello and welcome. I am Bhavin, and you have tuned into the 8th episode of the Law and Tech Bulletin from Lawyers Learn, a show where we bring you the latest from the law and technology space. Here's what made headlines in the last fortnight. The Supreme Court has asked courts and tribunals to avoid uploading on their websites scanned versions of printed copies of their judgments. The Apex Court has called the practice of printing and scanning documents a futile and time-consuming process. The bench, comprising Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and A.S. Bopanna, observed that uploading scanned documents does not serve any purpose and made the case for judgment copies to be accessible and digitally signed. Justice Chandrachud, who is also the chairperson of the Supreme Court E-Committee, has exhorted lawyers to e-file cases and all case-related documents. Speaking at an event organized by the Odisha High Court on completion of 1 year of Record Room Digitization Centre, Justice Chandrachud said that the practice of bringing hard copies to the court was counterproductive to the aim of reducing carbon footprints. Microblogging platform Twitter has told the Delhi High Court that being an intermediary, it cannot decide whether any content is lawful or not. The company added that it can take down content from its platform only on orders by a court or a government agency, or if it violates the platform's terms of service. Twitter was responding to a PIL which had highlighted that a Twitter handle named Atheist Republic was posting objectionable content and that Twitter was not acting against the handle despite several complaints. The central government has informed the Delhi High Court that it will introduce social media regulations, including guidelines on permanent suspension of social media accounts in the future. However, the centre did not specify a time frame as it responded to the court's query on whether the government was contemplating regulatory measures to govern the matter of social media platforms banning Indian citizens. The Telecom Department has sought the views of sector regulator TRAI to prepare a framework for regulating internet calling and messaging apps like WhatsApp, Signal, Google Meet, and so on. News agency PTI has reported, quoting a government official, that the Telecom Department has sent back a recommendation of the TRAI on internet telephony issued in 2008 for review. The government has asked the regulator to come up with a comprehensive reference now. The Delhi High Court's division bench has rejected appeals by WhatsApp and its parent company Meta against a single bench order declining to interfere with the CCI probe into WhatsApp's 2021 privacy policy. The Competition Commission of India had ordered the investigation after making a prima facie observation that it was violative of the Competition Act of 2000. The Supreme Court has issued notice to the central government in a plea challenging internet shutdowns to prevent cheating during examinations. The petition, filed by the Software Freedom Law Centre, has detailed internet shutdowns in 5 states: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and West Bengal. It has argued that these shutdowns did not comply with the guidelines issued in the Anuradha Bhasin v. Union of India Supreme Court Order of 2020. Meanwhile, the Internet and Mobile Association of India, or IAMAI, is believed to have written to the central government urging it to control internet shutdowns in the country. News agency Reuters has reported, quoting sources, that in its letter, the industry body has argued that federal control will help streamline the execution of internet suspensions. And now, the big appointment. Justice Uday Umesh Lalit has been sworn in as the 49th Chief Justice of India. President Draupadi Murmu administered the oath of office to Justice UU Lalit at the Rashtrapati Bhavan on the 27th of August. Justice Lalit, who has succeeded Justice N.V. Ramana, is the second Chief Justice of India to be directly elevated to the Supreme Court from the bar. The new CJI has chalked out 3 priorities for his 74-day tenure, which are ensuring that at least one constitution bench is functioning in the Supreme Court throughout the year, listing cases for hearing in the Apex Court, and mentioning urgent matters. Those were the big stories for this fortnight. Our podcast is available across all major platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Anchor. Do subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also tune in to this bulletin on YouTube. Please also share your feedback to help us make this bulletin better and more useful for you. See you soon with the next installment of the Law and Tech Bulletin from Lawyers Learn. Until then, toodaloo.